Hello, everybody. I hope that you are doing well. We meet on Friday, what's the date? April the 6th. So, make sure that you are planning to come to class that day. We will meet. We have a guest speaker. I think I have to remind her. I set it up at the beginning of the semester, so hopefully she can still come. Otherwise, you get me, which is totally fine too. We'll always review for the exam like we have done and go over some of the chapters. Now we're getting close, super close to the end of the semester, and I just wanted to go over real quick what your expectations are this week. So chapter 14 is sort of jam-packed with a little bit of everything, but not everything, I guess you would say. So it's sort of a catch-all chapter. It talks about people that have physical disabilities or orthopedic impairments, and it sort of draws on just a couple of key ones. There is really just no possible way to write about everything that you might have or see in the classroom, so they went over some of the key disabilities. So this week, you are going to do your reading guide, and that is going to be your points for the week. Several reasons. One is because it's a little bit longer, there's 20 questions, but also some of them are not necessarily going to be straight from your book. You're going to have to think about it. So, like right here, all students with a physical disability will receive services. That goes back to like the very beginning of the semester where I've said over and over and over and over again that in order to be considered for special education, you have to have a disability that impacts your learning or your academics. So some of these I want you to actually think about and reflect on because you might not be able to find the exact answer in your textbook. And then right here, you're going to write about some of the things that you learned through your hybrid and make sure you include that information so that I can see that you took time and went through this information. So anyways, no additional discussion board or anything like that, but you will turn in your reading guide. You should be doing those anyways, so hopefully this saves you a little bit of time, but you never know. So I have listed here, this is how I set up chapter 14. Each one of these is a link to a website that sort of goes over some information and then some things to think about. So like this one talks more about the medical aspects of it. Some of the links will lead you to educational impacts, like ways to support classroom interventions, ways to support students with that disability. So it sort of just depends on what the disability is. And then each one has also there's a link to a YouTube video that sort of helps you learn a little bit more about it. This guy's really funny. I like when he talks about like, no, Ethel, I don't know that person. Anyways, you should watch it. You'll enjoy it. Needless to say. This down here, other conditions, like I said, there's tons of them. I included the fetal alcohol syndrome, but you might explore one of your own as I get the classroom or your student projects. I will also upload those. There, like I said, there's so many different disorders or syndromes that you may or may not come across, so there's just really not a way to include all of them. So I did include the ones that your book discusses. But there might be more that your students do, or that your peers do, I guess I should say. So anyways, enjoy the week. Let me know if you have any questions. Do not forget to do your reading guide and turn that in. And I will see you really soon.